The world drowns in noise, a ceaseless cacophony of demands, opinions, and distractions. Yet, a different kind of power resides not in the volume of one's voice, but in the profound stillness that settles within a man as years etch their lines upon his face. This is the mastery of silence, a domain few truly conquer. Many men spend their youth chasing external validation, mistaking loudness for impact, and the fleeting applause of the crowd for genuine fulfillment. They fill every moment with chatter, with activity, with a desperate need to be seen and heard, fearing the void that silence might reveal. But what lies beyond this manufactured noise? What waits for the man who dares to quiet the world and listen to the echoes within? As a man ages, the external clamor often recedes, not always by choice, but by the natural turn of seasons in life. Relationships shift, careers mature, and the urgency of youthful pursuits fades into the steady rhythm of experience. This is not an ending, but a profound beginning. It is in this quietude that a different kind of sight is born. The ability to observe without immediate judgment, to understand without the need for immediate response, to simply be present with the unfolding reality of existence. A man who has learned the language of silence finds his inner landscape becoming a richer, more profound place. Consider the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, a former slave who taught emperors. His power lay not in grand pronouncements, but in the quiet certainty of his principles, forged through hardship and solitude. He understood that true freedom wasn't about controlling external events, but about mastering the inner citadel of the mind. This inner citadel is built brick by silent brick with each moment of contemplation, each act of self-discipline, each voluntary withdrawal from the fray. The world might roar, but the man in his quietude stands unperturbed, his foundation solid. Betrayal, loss, the sharp sting of failure, these are the crucibles in which a man's true character is tested. And often, in the aftermath of such storms, it is silence that becomes his most reliable companion. He does not lash out indiscriminately, nor does he crumble under the weight of his pain. Instead, he retreats inward, to the quiet space where healing can begin, where lessons can be absorbed without the interference of ego or external judgment. It is here, in this stillness, that a man can reforge his understanding of himself and his place in the world. He learns that the deepest wounds often require the quietest care. Think of the solitary monk, dedicating his life to contemplation. His vows include a vow of silence, not as a punishment, but as a path to enlightenment. He understands that words can distort truth, that constant speech can lead to superficiality. In the absence of verbal expression, his senses sharpen, his intuition deepens, and his connection to the profound essence of life grows. A man who cultivates this practice, even without taking monastic vows, begins to mirror this inner discipline. He chooses his words with greater care, understanding their weight and their potential impact. His speech, when it comes, carries the authority of considered thought, not the haste of impulse. The modern world, however, actively discourages this journey into silence. It bombards us with stimuli, demanding constant engagement. Social media, the 24-hour news cycle, the relentless pursuit of entertainment, all conspire to keep us from the quiet introspection that is essential for true growth. The man who chooses silence, therefore, is making a radical act of rebellion. He is opting out of the manufactured urgency, the shallow discourse, the endless pursuit of distraction. He is choosing to engage with reality on a deeper, more meaningful level. This is a difficult path, one often met with misunderstanding or even scorn from those still caught in the whirlwind. But consider the true cost of constant speech. It depletes energy, it creates unnecessary conflict, and it often masks an inner emptiness. A man who speaks too much often reveals more than he intends, betraying his insecurities, his ignorance, or his desire for attention. The silent man, conversely, conserves his energy, his thoughts, and his influence. His actions speak louder than any words could, and his presence commands a different kind of respect. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be." He won. This is the essence of the silent man's approach. He does not need to debate his virtue. He embodies it through his quiet deeds and his unshakable resolve. As a man enters the later stages of life, this silent strength becomes his greatest asset. The wisdom accumulated over decades is not always articulated in lengthy lectures. It is often conveyed through a look, a gesture, a simple, well-timed word. It is in the steady hand offered in support, the patient listening ear, the quiet example set for younger generations. The man who has lived with his own thoughts, wrestled with his own demons, and found peace in his own company is a bedrock of stability in a chaotic world. He is the quiet harbor in the storm, the steady lighthouse guiding others home. The silence a man learns to live with as he ages is not an absence of sound, but a fullness of being. It is the space where true understanding takes root, where resilience is forged, and where the profound mysteries of existence can be contemplated without interruption. It is the quiet culmination of a life lived, a testament to the power of introspection and self-mastery. He has learned that in the quiet depths, one finds not emptiness, but an inexhaustible source of wisdom and inner peace. He has learned that the greatest dialogues happen not between mouths, but between souls. The lessons of a lifetime are not shouted from the rooftops, but whispered in the quiet corners of the heart. The true measure of a man is not in the noise he makes, but in the stillness he commands. This is the silent strength that endures.